What is up, guys? Welcome back. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, we got some balance updates for the new Year 6 Season 3 Halloween event live stream that's going on today. They're giving us some balance updates that they made to the game. So we're going to go check those out right now, and let's see what they got for us, man.
First up, we have dodge and iframe timings. So, just to clarify,
Okay.
iframes is when
Iframes?
you are fully invulnerable and attacks just phase through you. And tracking break, which is a new term that we're kind of using here. I want to make sure everybody kind of gets what it means. It's whenever you throw an attack and somebody's dodging or doing a dodge attack or whatever, and then the opponent's tracking. So normally when an opponent throws an attack at you and you dodge, or if you stay still rather, like the attack tracks, right? So if you just move sideways, your opponent's gonna like keep rotating with you to hit you. Gotcha. Tracking break stops that from happening, makes it easier to dodge attacks and stuff.
Okay.
So that's kind of like what we're going there for these terms, just to make sure it's clear for everybody, because it might be a little bit confusing. But what we're
Little mic issues, right?
Is that iframes, we've added iframes to
we're good now.
these hero side dodge attacks. Right? So Zhanhu, Nusha, Shaman, Shaolin, and Meiji. So for Nusha and Shaman, like we just upped them by one frame. For the others, we actually added it, especially for Meiji in Axe mode. That's going to be like a big buff there. And we've also
that looks like a huge buff
for Peacekeeper, Shaman, Nusha, and Zhanhu on their side dodge attacks as well. So with these, like the only one that's a little bit changed here is Shaman. That's at 233 instead of 266. But overall, we've added them, so it makes it easier for you to do dodge attacks and actually dodge attacks with them. I know sometimes people were like, yeah, it's kind of hard to, like it's hard to use in group fights or whatever. This should really help out. Nice. So that's pretty good there.
That's good.
Next up, we have Kensei.
I like those changes.
Kensei's a big winner in this patch.
Whoa! And I haven't reacted to the new Kensei outfit, but I heard Kensei got an outfit. So Kensei changes. Are we bringing Kensei back? Let me see.
A bunch of changes to Kensei. We really want that hero to have more neutral offense.
Yeah.
Do it a little bit more. Be able to have like.
The top heavy opener is 800 MS. So that means the bash can come out a little bit faster.
So Kensei is one of those characters that has a little bit of a hard time opening up opponents and getting into it. So we buffed him a little bit so that like the top of the opener.
So they slowed down the damage. Okay, they toned down the damage.
200 MS faster. Same timing as some of the stuff we have on our Musha, for example, and Pummel Strike still suffering from this.
Right,
so
right.
We really wanted to give Kensei a lot more offense in there, be able to open up opponents, go into finishers. We've recently buffed his finishers as well, so that makes like a whole package here that's pretty interesting.
Chain top heavy, 900 MS.
Damage, of course, it has to be 24 instead of.
Damage down. They sped him up to the damage down.
Really high, and also gives him a new GB punish as well. So when you land a Guardbreak on somebody, you can get the top heavy now, which is super amazing.
Okay, top heavy off GB.
Top heavy a little bit, reduce its damage. Again, provide a bit more offense, make things a little bit faster for Kensei. Get into his mix up a little bit easier. And we've also sped up the side heavy finisher. So these are the versions that you use when you soft feint from the top heavy, or when you use them like you use them normally, right?
So that's the one with armor on it, right?
9, it should be a little bit easier to trade with them, to hit people with them.
Right.
We've adjusted the damage as well, so nothing here is over 30. It's kind of like a break point. We're trying to hit more and more and more to have like damage that's still high, but not overly high, and I died in 2 hits.
A medium hit reaction down from heavy for all chain attacks and dodge attacks. Oh wow, okay.
To be able to push you back quite a bit.
Okay, wow, okay.
Ledge from further away.
So some nerfs and
away from that a little
good
bit.
buffs. Like basically Kensei's faster,
do that with
but damage nerfs, and then you see the hit reaction. You see the changes there. So
sure. Plus, hero skin. Right,
definitely.
Right. So yeah, if you want to go,
perfect.
I don't know what that means for Kensei. I will have to get on the game and see. But
all right. So next up we have Zhanhu changes. So you might see 3 lines here, and you go, what's going on?
Adjusted chain link timings.
The first line is actually really major. Is that
heavy finishers so they can no longer
timings to
yes. That's what we've been needing. Thank you. Oh, y'all can't even see. I'm in the way.
These attacks, right? So, Zhanhu had a bit of an issue where you would throw a light, you would do a side dodge attack or whatever, and then if the other opponent was good enough, like had enough skill and was able to read the animation a bit better, as soon as you threw a heavy, they could match light and beat your heavy every single time. So that has been fixed. So it can no longer happen. And whenever Zhanhu goes into their chains, you actually have to stay there and take the mix-up and get there.
Let me just
That's,
go
like,
back real
really,
quick,
really important,
just to
really
show you
key.
guys what you've missed. You didn't miss much. So basically, Kensei, top heavy opener. That's what it said. I know I was in the way. Top heavy opener. And if we go back a little bit more, Zhanhu, first 100 MS. I'm pretty sure you all saw that, but iframes. I mean, you guys can hear them too. So I just, wanted to show y'all what y'all missed. So y'all can pause that if you need. So let me go back.
Is that we've adjusted the chain link timings to heavy finishers so that it can no longer be interrupted by a light attack after any of these attacks, right? So
Now Jorm needs that
Zhanhu
treatment,
had
but
a
I
bit
think
of
they're
an
going to give
issue where
Jorm
he
that
was
treatment on his
realized he would
rework.
do a side dodge attack or whatever, and then if the other opponent was good enough, like
Heavy
had
finishers now,
was able to
soft feint
read
into
enemies a little
GB.
bit better,
Oh my
as
God,
soon
that's
as you
so
threw a heavy, they could
huge.
max slice
Because
and
people
hit
would
your
just
heavy
be throwing
every
like
single time.
early. Thank
So
you.
that
Oh my
has been
goodness. Thank you
fixed.
so much.
So
Thank
it
you.
can no longer happen. And whenever Zhanhu goes into their chains, you actually have to stay there and take the mix-up and get there.
Yes.
That's like really,
Yes,
really
you
important.
got to
You
deal
can
with the
really,
mix-up.
really hit
Finally.
Zhanhu there
Okay,
quite a bit.
Zhanhu's coming back. I'm playing him.
We've also added
Don't worry
the
about
fact
it.
that This heavy finishers can now soft feint the Guardbreak to be able to catch roll attempts. Because
Oh,
with
roll
these
attempts.
chains,
I
even
never
those
really ran into
changes,
people that roll
a
from
lot
me,
of
to
the
be
time,
honest.
if you're playing against Zhanhu, whenever he could hit you, you could literally just mash A, roll away, and then all Zhanhu could do was do heavy, feint, dodge forward, and something.
Right.
It was always like a bit of a disaster and didn't make a lot of sense. So with that, at least
I never ran
a lot
into
more
that.
pressure
I
again
mean,
from going
not
for
many
finishers,
people
especially
still
with
roll
heavy ones.
away
And
anymore.
we've also did a small buff to the side dodge heavy attacks that their miss recovery.
It's honestly kind of frowned upon. I mean,
again, makes
back
it a
in the
little bit
day,
safer.
it happened a lot back in the day with Highlander.
Bullet points, but a lot
But
happening,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
now
right?
people don't really
If
do
I
it too
went
much.
in there and listed everything we did for the first point, it would take like six slides or something. So
Right.
we're gonna try to cut it short.
We got to pace ourselves
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Side dodge attack heavy
started.
miss recoveries are now. What is it?
So enlisted
Are now
everything we
700.
did for the
Okay, missed
first
recoveries.
point,
Okay.
It's a bit
JJ.
performing right now. It's a little, tiny bit of an issue. Yeah.
Remove
Like,
damage
he's gonna,
reduction
like, top pick in
on
competitive.
the
Like, must
choke.
pick in every single game. So we're trying to adjust.
I'm not even going to
it
try
a
to
little
pronounce
bit.
that.
So there's one buff in there though, where we've removed the damage reduction on Dushi's choke victim, right? So whenever you do parry and you do a guard break, you do that choke move. So yeah, it's super annoying.
So it's
Yeah,
easier
every
to
time, right?
perform the choke
It was
now.
one of, I think it was
because
the
they're giving
last
you
one or one of the
leeway,
last
500
ones
to
that
700
still applied
MS.
damage reduction on the victim.
Oh, okay.
So because it's a move off of parry,
The
like, it doesn't
Dushi
really make
swirl
that
is
much sense
600
there,
MS.
so we
What is
removed
that?
entirely, so you can get ally heavies off of it and get like into a groove there. But it's like super hard to game with that.
Is that zone from
Gotcha.
But we've
Sifu stance?
Also improved the input comfort a little bit, right, to do that move.
I don't know.
It
I don't know
used
the
to be, like,
names.
static at 500 MS after a parry. Now you can delay it a little bit better. Works better. And then comes small nerfs. So Dushi's swirl, which is the zone attack that you do after a parry, right?
Oh,
is now
after a parry.
600 MS down from 5. So it might not seem like much, but that 100 MS there makes it a lot easier for people that are around a JJ to be able to dodge it. It's a big, wide, sweeping, unblockable.
Yeah.
You need to be able to get out of it. Very few characters have tools that you can use against that. I guess if you're not like BP, you can't do anything. So we wanted to give you a little bit more time to dodge out of it.
Okay. Yeah.
Sifu.
What? What?
Right now, it's a little, tiny bit of an issue. Yeah, right. Like he's one of the like top pick in competitive, like must pick in every single game. So we're trying to adjust JJ a little bit. So there's one buff in there though, where we've removed the damage reduction on.
Okay, we're a little bit further than that.
It might. You need to be able to get out of it. Very few characters have.
I might have to
tools that you
refresh
can use
this.
Against that, if you're not like BP, you can. Two slowing chains, but at 5 TG, spoiler alert, zone, use it and go into sickle range. Sushi swirl, which is I'm
gonna have to edit that part out.
That you do after a parry, right, is now 600 MS down from 5. So it might not seem like much.
Screw up.
but
We're gonna leave it in there.
100 MS there makes it a lot easier for people that are around a JJ to be able to dodge it. It's a big, wide, sweeping, unblockable. You need to be able to get out of it. Very few characters have tools that you can use against that. If you're not like BP, you can't do anything. So we wanted to give you a little bit more time to dodge out of it.
Okay.
Sifu swirl, which is the zone when you go into Sifu stance, is 1 frame longer, Might not seem like much again, but it helps with it being a little bit more reactable, a little bit easier for your opponent to see, for people around you to see. Again, it's a big, wide, sweeping, and blockable, so we kind of wanted to get there a little bit. And then finally, there's some damage nerfs. So top heavy finisher now deals 30 instead of 32, and the side heavy finishers now deal 28 instead of 30. Again, try to cap the
JJ, small JJ nerfs.
And these attacks are super strong. Again, really big, wide, sweeping, and blockable.
Yeah, they're very strong. Like JJ's heavies are really
We
strong.
wanted to like lower the potential there a little bit.
Oh, well, I appreciate that as somebody has to fight JJ's online. So
All right,
yes,
well, I
thank you.
mean,
Yeah,
small. It's
perfect.
not game
You're very
breaking.
Next up, Shinobi. Shinobi is
Oh.
pure nerfs right now. We've seen that Shinobi is being banned in competitive play. So we're doing some stuff here to at least alleviate the problem. Hopefully, it will not be as problematic. There might be more changes coming as well to Shinobi in the future. But for now, what we're doing is the Shadow Strike. So that's the parry punish after when you press light, rather during a parry punish, right? So we fixed back in the day. We fixed an instance where you could like kind of unlock and do it. There was like this weird tech.
Yeah.
So this is mainly a 4v4
So we
change.
fixed that, but then
Nothing to
players,
stop
as
really
crafty as they
Shinobi
are,
in
and
like
amazing as they
1v1
are,
situations.
figured out a different
Still
way to do it.
pretty
So
strong
to be able
hero
to
in
fix
1v1
it
situations.
properly and not have more
So
issues.
okay,
We've removed the chain on.
he's a lot
missile
more revenge now.
entirely. So if you manage to
Sickle rain.
unlock, backstep it, throw it somewhere else, you can't go into sickle rain at all anymore. So that should really help on a heavy.
That is a lot of revenge.
And then sickle rain now feeds more damage. You can see the numbers here, but essentially we want it to be like it's a tricky thing to remove all those loops for now. It's something we're investigating. We're looking into
Because
it.
Shinobi had
But
really
at the
good ganks. You get somebody
because
with that
Shinobi is
sickle
so
rain,
problematic,
bro.
We've massively
night.
raised the amount of damage that the hero feeds, so that you can't go into multiple loops of this. So it should kind of help there quite a bit.
Damage or revenge?
Revenge, sorry, yeah,
Okay, I'm
revenge.
just gonna-
Yeah, sorry,
We're not
right.
adding more damage
Yeah,
to Shinobi.
sorry, yeah. Thank you for clarifying
No.
that. We've raised the revenge, how much revenge it feeds.
Okay.
So it counts as if you dealt 55 damage, but you actually deal 28.
Yeah.
So there's that kind of loop there.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now we have other changes. So first up, we have input comfort changes, right? So for
Input
Warmonger,
comfort.
Centurion, and Warlord, we've did for Jiang Jun over before. We've increased the window where you can perform their parry punishes after a successful parry, so that it's a little bit become more comfortable. It's easier to do. You don't have to like really mash and buffer it like crazy, so that really helps. Now BP,
This quality
so
of
we've
life change
reduced
right
the
there.
distance
I mean,
to travel
sometimes with
backstep
Warlord,
light
I
openers,
would
right?
sometimes miss it. You know what I'm saying? Like because I didn't press it fast enough. But now you shouldn't miss it at all with this big of a buffer.
If an attack was coming, you would superior block it. You would win.
Same goes with
And if it
Scent.
missed,
Sometimes you
just
would
missed
like
and you were super safe.
accidentally
By
miss it.
reducing the distance traveled there, at
The
least
parry
like,
counters.
it can still happen, but it's going to happen less often, and it opens up BP for a little bit more like punishes there in that aspect. That's a good thing. Number one.
Reduce
But
distance
we've
travel
also
when
buffed
backstepping
the
lights. That's huge.
speed
Oh,
of
I
the
like
zone
that.
Attack to 600 MS.
I like
down
that.
to
I like
7.
that.
So it's a neutral zone, costs a bunch of stamina, but it's one of those things that we wanted to see if BP could
Zone
have
attack is faster for
more ways
BP.
to open up opponents and do front dodge bash all the
Zo-
time. Right?
Jorm.
So with this, we're gonna see if that works. Again, there might be more changes coming. Like there's
Wait.
stuff that
He's blocking.
game
You're
keeps
blocking the
evolving
text.
more and more now. Like we've been doing a lot of those changes, so we'll see where that goes.
It's almost like after 6 years, it's an iterative process. Or
Yeah,
something.
exactly. Right.
Yeah.
And so I'm really happy that like we were able to do like more changes now more often. Really helps with this
But
stuff.
Jorm zone attack 20 stamina.
Yorm. So Yorm's zone
Watch
attack
out, watch
now
out,
costs
move,
20
move.
Stamina down from 60. Don't worry, Yorm players. Don't worry. We didn't forget you last time. Just these things were planned, and like sometimes we run out of time, so we have to
Oh, okay.
do what we can.
Okay, got you.
Yeah. So at 20 stamina, way better zone attack.
Yes.
And we've also adjusted the attack trajectory. So by that I mean like hitboxes. It's just that term that we typically use because it's not really hitboxes. It's really like
And
weapons.
all side heavy attacks
Weapon.
to
They
better
run
match
both.
weapon
We've
visuals.
adjusted them
Yes.
for zone attack and for all of its side heavy attacks, so that they can hit people more reliably that are external to you. Really helps in anti-ganking situations and stuff.
Yes.
That's gonna be really good. And with the upcoming rework for Jorm that we're gonna
Ooh.
have at some point soonish, we'll be able to
Ooh.
get there. It's not in this TG.
Sume.
Spoiler alert. But we'll get into it. Yeah.
What did he say? Hold on.
With the upcoming rework for Jorm that we're gonna have at some point soonish, we'll be able to get there. It's not in this TG.
Sume.
Spoiler alert. But
It's
we'll-
not in this testing
That should be pretty
grounds.
cool.
Is it soon TM?
Yeah, soon TM, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
We actually found. I don't know if you remember.
So it's
Steph
in
had,
the
like, some
next
Soon glasses back in the day.
next testing ground.
Or were they
I think there were steps. I don't know, but we found them. So
Did you
we
find
might-
them?
Yeah, we're gonna have to
Oh,
bring them at some point.
been here? Should have been here.
Yeah. Okay, so next up we have Zerk. So for Berserker, Boar Rush, which is Berserker's sprint attack, It now has uninterruptible stance. That's armor, but we still like to use the appropriate word that we actually use in game, which is uninterruptible stance. Starting at 400 MS, so you can use that sprint attack to really jump into the fray, jump into enemies, use that to really initiate from further away. And with that armor, it lets
Small changes for Nushi as well.
Even if there's like
Just quality of life stuff like the zone attack.
Gotcha.
You might see more Nushi just throwing zone.
So we've reduced the Guardbreak vulnerability on our zone attack to 100 MS instead of 5. It was a bit of a weird leftover, so at least at 100, it's a lot safer to throw out, and you're not going to get broken all the time when you're using it. For Gladiator, then, we have also made that Fushina Ictus, which is a toe stab. When you use it in chains, now it's 500 MS instead of 6.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
a big buff for Gladiator.
Yeah,
Faster
Jesus.
attacks there. It's also kind of a chain reset, so you can like throw a bunch of attacks, go into toe stab, restart your chain, get into it. At 6, it was a bit too slow in chains, but at 5, it should be like a really, really good speed there.
Whoa.
And, only
You see Pirate?
Really crazy top players can kind of react.
Whoa,
to
do you see Pirate?
JC, why do you hate toes so much?
Please tell me
I don't know, I
Cavalier
don't have that
Dance is
kind
the
of-
dodge
I'm not
forward
against
heavy.
defeat, so it's okay.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Then finally, we've got Pirate, right? So for Pirate, we've done 2 changes. One of them is we removed the soft feint to Guardbreak from Cavalier Dance, which is front dodge heavy. So
Thank you. Oh my
that
God.
move has a lot of
Oh my
properties,
God.
right? It's
Pirate
armored,
Nerf.
it's unblockable, it could soft feint the Guardbreak, and also has recovery cancels at the end. And so we want to keep the move to be able to open up opponents at least a little bit, right? We've seen, and a lot of feedback we've gotten from high level is that for them, it's not even enough to have all these properties, but at the same time, having that soft feint to Guardbreak there was not really necessary.
Yeah.
So we've decided to remove it. Hopefully it'll help, like, it'll be a little bit easier to manage for a lot of players. So we're kind of lowering the power level of Pirate.
Yes, make it easier for me. I'm a
But the
casual.
next change I'm really, really happy with is the chain link, and it doesn't seem like much, right? You go, chain link from Guaranteed Pistol Blast is now 300 MS, up from 200. What that means is that we want Pirate players to be a little more skillful and think more
Yeah.
when they're using their attacks and going to that Pistol Blast.
Yeah.
We know that it's really good. It interrupts armor. It does a bunch of really good stuff. But now the trade-off is that if you use the Pistol Blast and go into Walk the Plank, into Soften the Guardbreak, you should no longer be able to grab the Guardbreak every single dodge and dodge attack out of it, right?
Gotcha.
So you now have to make a choice. Either you let the heavy fly, you don't go into Pistol Blast, and you get a better mix-up of Walk the Plank, or you do your Pistol Blast and you get a slightly worse mix-up. So you kind of have to like be smart and decide: do I trade? Do I not trade? What do I take there?
Thank you.
So
Make
that
them
you get
use their
into a better
brains.
situation.
Thank you. I like that. Thank you.
Wow. Nice.
Okay.
It's a complicated explanation,
Nice.
but it should help at least like reduce the frustration against Pirate a little bit.
Very cool.
And I think we have one more.
Do we have one more?
We have one more Guardbreak changes, right?
Oh, just a little thing we can maybe skip.
Just a
this.
ton, yeah.
Do you want to skip this?
Nah,
we talk about it, I
I'll go
guess,
over it a
okay.
little bit, yeah. So, in the previous testing grounds that we've done in the current season right now, we had a change for counter Guardbreak that basically ended up having the person that did the counter Guardbreak recover 1 frame earlier than the opponent.
Right.
We've seen a lot of videos from content creators explaining why this is a great change. It doesn't seem like much for a lot of players, but when you get into the deep of it, it's a big, big, big change. And through a very, very lucky break that we had, and we were able to push it live in this title update.
So next week.
Yeah, next week, right?
It's going to go live next
So
week.
from a testing ground, 1 TU to live, the next one can almost never happen. But we got lucky. The testing grounds was super early, and we got really good feedback very, very early again.
Nice.
So we were able to push it live in the next one. But I would say do not expect this to happen every time.
That's a fair
This
point.
is a very, very rare occurrence.
Right.
But we're super happy. We're really happy that it worked well. So kudos to the team.
Okay.
And thanks to everybody for testing that out and really giving us really good feedback. So that's amazing there.
So JC, do you feel like, I mean, would you like to say that that feedback you get from testing grounds, I mean, that's something you use and the team really looks at?
Not like nonstop. We're gonna go over it a little bit more, but whenever there's a testing ground,
Nice changes.
we're on Reddit, we're on the forums, we're
Right,
looking at everything to make sure that we gather all this feedback. We watch a creator videos.
Yeah.
It's all amazing stuff. So it's really, really good.
So keep giving that feedback, everybody, because
Yeah.
maybe your dreams can come true one day as well.
One day.
Maybe one day. right, so is that about it?
That's
it?
it for us for the patch notes right now.
All
Holy
right,
crap, by
that
the way.
that wraps it up for the patch notes, ladies and gentlemen. We had a slight Jorm buff, pirate nerf. We had slight JJ nerf. We had it's a lot of slight buffs and nerfs in here. We had Kensei buff. Yo, I mean, I'm liking this, man. And this goes live, I believe, on the 20th. The same day the crossplay comes out, the same day the new Halloween stuff comes out. So, I mean, it's looking pretty good. I mean, I believe this event lasts until the end of November. I believe October 20th to end of November. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might have the dates wrong. I don't know. I got to go back and look. But let me know if you guys want me to react to the outfits and the Kensei outfit and all that stuff. The new event coming around. If you guys don't need me to react to it, then that's fine. I know the patch notes is what you guys want to see. So that's that. We just got that done. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.